everyone, and welcome to Kidpreneur Day. I'm Madison Reed, and I'm a kidpreneur from Beaumont School in Cleveland, Ohio, and I'm also your host for today's program. It's so nice to chat with you all and learn that there are so many kidpreneurs in the audience today. We are here to celebrate young people like myself who exemplify the entrepreneurial mindset and are doing remarkable entrepreneurial things in our communities. We want to recognize enc- our impactful work, encourage collaboration, demonstrate our strength to our communities, be a role model for younger kids, share and get ideas from each other, and even learn a thing or two from each other and from our special guest, Chic Thompson from WagiLabs and Sabrina Lamb from World of Money. To start us off on this exciting hour, I'd like to introduce you to Chic Thompson, Executive Director of WagiLabs.
Hi, Maddie, and hi, everyone, and especially all the kidpreneurs out there. I would like to start off by showing a picture of me or a cartoon of me of when I was about 6 years of age. I've been drawing cartoons my whole life, and I'm a kidpreneur and now an entrepreneur. My cartoons have always been around trying to improve communities, and I actually got my dream job. I got to work for Walt Disney. However, the entrepreneurial spirit kicked in and I decided to start my own company because people that are entrepreneurs are passionately curious and we're always looking for new. And the concept of passionate curiosity goes all the way back to when we're 5 years old. So I want you to think about the box. I want you to imagine that you're 5 years old. Your parents just got a large appliance and it comes in a box. Now your parents want to go and recycle the box and get it out of the house as fast as possible, but you're passionately curious. So let us know on the chat box, what did you turn the box into? Go, you got 30 seconds. All right, got a fort, a house, more forts, bookshelf, cool, race car, love it. Dice, whoa, those would be large dice, yeah. McDonald's, cool, very entrepreneurial. Paper holder, cool. A projector, beautiful, beautiful. So what's so fascinating is that no matter whether it's a castle, a sled, a spaceship, or a puppet show, you all use the same language inside your head. You said, it's not a box, it's a. That is what I call out of the box thinking. And what's so fascinating about that is a box is a finite idea, but it's not a box is an infinite idea. That's the difference. Kidpreneurs and entrepreneurs think outside of the box. So during this time of COVID-19, let's think outside the box. It's not a home, it's a school. It's a library, it's a vacation, it's a restaurant, it's a theater, it's a playground, it's a crash pad. So this is the kind of thinking that will get us through, because today is not a Zoom lecture, okay? This is not a Zoom lecture. This is an opportunity to step outside of our cardboard box and play in our new box and learn from kidpreneurs and teachers from around the world and see what we're doing, because I think with the challenges that we have right now with COVID-19, it's gonna spark more ideas than we've ever seen before. And as Robert Frost once said, when I'm young, all my teachers were the old. Now that I'm old, my teachers are the young. So the kidpreneurs in the audience, you are now my teachers. So go forward, and I look forward to chatting with you. And back to you, Maddie.
Thanks, Mr. Thompson. Kidpreneur Day was established in 2010 by former President Barack Obama. He designated November 19th as National Entrepreneurs Day in response to a popular Twitter petition started by two Boston entrepreneurs and encouraged by the Kauffman Foundation. It is also Global Entrepreneurship Week, and we as kids have our partners, Kidpreneur Day. Today, we are going to be inspired by what kidpreneurs around the globe are doing, from Nigeria to Northeast Ohio. We are also going to learn how our brain structure keeps us from seeing the potential of a box and how we can get unstuck. Then, I will interview Sabrina Lamb from worldofmoney.org, and she will walk us through a very important financial concept for all entrepreneurs. And we will end with some free and open source resources so all of us kidpreneurs take our creativity, innovation, and new products and services to the next level. So, let's see what great ideas and positive impacts our kidpreneurs are having all over the world. Mr. Thompson, can you start us off again?
Sure, be glad to, Maddie. So what's interesting, I started a little organization. I turned 65 7 years ago, and I figured out, who have I not taught? I've been teaching MBA students for the last 33 years, teaching entrepreneurship. I go, I have never taught kids. Is this applicable? And I go, well, let's ask kids. And they ate it up. So I created what's called WagiLabs. Wagi stands for What a Great Idea Labs. And it's all about doing good for the community because it ties into the 5 C's. The 5th C is citizenship. So I want to get started and show the next slide, please. At WagiLabs, and what we teach is to identify community challenges. And then they brainstorm, and then they pitch in a guppy tank. Now, our guppy tanks are a little bit different than shark tanks. In our guppy tanks, everyone goes and looks at the ideas to take them to the next level. That's the thing is, we're not trying to buy their ideas or monetize their ideas. We're trying to take them to the next community level. So we have a playbook that's got 13 lessons, and we've just created, because of all the stay at home, we've created an ideas for good card game to go along with it. And so we've created what we call the Wagi Ways. I got a lot of help from my friends in Montessori school because they're really big into the yes and language. So Wagi is the dog that I was never allowed to have because of my 4 autoimmune issues, that I couldn't have a dog. So Wagi, the mascot, had to be the dog. And so Wagi teaches kidpreneurs to dream big, to say yes and, to get messy, to create a safe space, do good, grit, perseverance, play it forward, and most importantly, empathy, learning how to walk in others' shoes. So what we do is we take the kids on a voyage, because in my 33 years of teaching entrepreneurship, I never realized that the word ship was in entrepreneurship until a kid pointed it out to me. So of course, it's got to be a voyage. You discover your passion, you become a detective, you uncover needs, you go through the sea of curiosity to the islands of compassion, through the oceans of courage, and then you pitch your ideas. Next slide, please. And so there are my kids. So I'm going to let you in on something. I don't have children. I've always, my whole life, said ideas are my kids. Well, now the Wagi kids tell me that they're my kids and that their ideas are my grandkids. So you can't have it any better than that. There are my kids in Ghana that I Zoom in at 6 in the morning. But I want to show you that those kids, now this is a school 4 hours outside of Accra. This is on a cocoa plantation. This is a school of girls, 4th and 5th grade. And they identified last year, their community challenge was that the kids catch malaria. And they wanted to create a healthy hand washing video. And I'm going, hey, do you know how to create a video, music video? And go, yeah. I go, okay, how are you going to do it? Well, we're going to do it on our smartphone. Okay, do you know how to write lyrics? They go, yes. I said, so how are you going to write lyrics? What are you going to model? They go, we all know TS. I said, what's TS? They go, Taylor Swift. We're just going to borrow one of her songs and then adapt it to healthy hand washing. I go, okay, so I want to show you the first opening 30 seconds of their song. This was written and created by 4th graders. They did everything. Okay, play.
Have fun. One and two.
Laugh, laugh, laugh. Every day laugh. Wash, wash, wash. Every day wash. Laugh every day. Wash every day. Wash and wash your hands. After place your hands. Children to turn. Healthy, healthy and strong.
And even the mother got in. So you can watch the whole thing. But the community loved the song so much. It's on all Ghanaian TV now, and the community put up billboards to promote the song. These girls are now rock stars. And they did it all on their own. So then last month, we held a guppy tank in Nigeria. And some of the folks from Nigeria are actually on this Zoom call. It's 11 o'clock p.m. there, but some of them were on. We offered $100 during COVID lockdown, because during lockdown like us, how would you make it a better world? And one of the winners, and she actually might be on the Zoom call if her parents allowed her to stay up this late, is Destiny. Now, Destiny came up with an idea not to just make face masks, but make high quality face masks for the children that are orphan children that are begging on the streets that don't have parents. So just played a little 30 seconds of her pitch video.
Hello everybody, my name is Destiny Ukarike and I'm 9 years old and I'm in grade 4. If I'm given $100 to change my world, I'll make face masks. Because of the times we are in now, face masks will help to combat the spread of COVID-19. Wearing a face mask protects you from me, so if you wear one, we are all safe. I'll go to the orphanage with face masks, hand sanitizer, and liquid soap. Now, why orphanage, you may ask? Because good face masks are not easy to get in general. So imagine what children who don't have parents go through in getting face masks. And I mean good face masks. I'll go with cotton material sewn face masks that are durable, that can be washed and can be reused again and again and again. I will teach the kids the importance of physical distancing and washing of hands with soap. Personal hygiene is the key. Thank you for your time.
You go. She wrote the script herself. And I'm going, this is unbelievable. In all my days at Disney, I never saw kids perform like this. So now I want to take, hi, Carla. She's on our call. This is Carla Neely's class, 4th grade class in Cleveland. These are her girls. We're brainstorming last week over Zoom, and they want to deal with the homeless issues. And first they were starting to say, hey, we want to go and give them food. And we started playing around with that. Well, what kind of food could you give them to make them really happy? Well, we could give them chocolate. It could be M&Ms, could go in a little baggies. And then we could put a note in there that we loved them and all. But then the big idea happened. A girl had seen what Destiny did in Nigeria, and her name was Destiny in Carla's class. And then they started talking about the face masks. And then one of the girls said, my mom goes to work when it's dark outside. My mom comes home from work when it's dark outside. People can't see my mom. What if we create glow in the dark face masks for my mom? What an idea. And then another girl says, I can use glow in the dark nail polish and paint it on there. And the kids started riffing, and now they're making it happen. So that's what kidpreneurs are all about. They can identify these community challenges. And as Carla will tell you if you talk to her, one of the girls that has never spoken, as you said, in class before, she was one of the leaders on this. She broke out. Brainstorming was a natural for her. She even asked for permission to share her screen with us. I didn't know a 9-year-old could share a Zoom screen. So you go, whoa. So next slide, please. So the goal is, what we've just done is we've tied the girls in Nigeria with the girls in Cleveland, and we've created our new version of Pen Pals. So that's how we're teaching everything. We're in Chicago, in the YWCA. Those girls decided, they said their mothers have diabetes and they want to have more comfortable shoes. So they wanted to create insoles for the mothers. So we lined them up with some physician friends of mine that are podiatrists, and they're now designing insoles for their mother's shoes. And we're in rural Virginia. This is Cumberland, Virginia. One street goes through there, and the sheriff, sheriff generates a lot of the income. And there's the kids walking around the community, identifying the needs, and they decided their community challenge was to create a song called, on the next slide, so Keeping It Clean. And then they created their song for that. So in closing, what I wanted to say is that if you just let the kids do it and you give them a little guidance, they are amazing me every day. So now I want to turn it over to Kelly and tell us more.
Sounds great. Thanks so much, Chick. I'm Kelly Bigger, and I'm an entrepreneur. We are now going to go from Nigeria to Northeast Ohio. And here in Ohio, students have so many entrepreneurial outlets, from selling their products at places like Young Entrepreneur Market, even during the pandemic, as you can see, to learning entrepreneur skills in fun ways, like participating in interactive storytelling, innovation challenges, playing games, or working through the Lemonade Day curriculum, including selling lemonade and participating in after-school programs. Ohio students sure have been busy. Many have needed to use the skill of pitching. Take a look at this video of some of the winners from our last year's pitch challenge.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie, and I'm here to tell you about my invention, first building.
My name is Carter Basil.
Hi, my name is Gemma, and I'm here to tell you about the splash blocker.
Have you ever experienced a struggle with getting that schoolwork done because you just don't quite have that Wi-Fi access?
Are you a parent or a babysitter and video games are driving you nuts?
Don't you just hate when your list is dry and crusty?
High school students, do you want an app that can do it all?
Are you that type of person that hates decorating for birthday parties? It's the worst. Well, I'm here to change that.
I'm here to introduce my amazing product, the multi-bed.
It's a 3D printer that can print food anytime, anywhere.
But I think I have the perfect solution.
Oxygonal provides an alternative and eco-friendly way of collecting safe, drinkable water anywhere.
Your solution, Zumos particles. Mutinator, you can't hear anything.
Pure water, pure life.
Take the next step towards your dreams and download the VIP Applications app today.
So order your jar today and make someone's holiday special.
What's the wait for? Order yours today.
Order yours today. Sounds like a win-win to me. How about you?
Aren't they great? These videos always make us smile. We just love them. And we're going to tell you more about the challenge soon. But for now, I'd love us all to participate in a great activity from WagiLabs. So I'm going to turn it back over to Chick.
Oh, thanks. So I grew up on Long Island. You might be able to tell from the accent. And that's 4 houses away from me was a cartoonist. This gentleman became my mentor. Some of you might have heard about him. His name is Rube Goldberg. So he lived 4 houses away. It was a haunted house. It was pink stucco. Everybody was scared to go there. But hey, that was my haven. He became my mentor. He drew this cartoon for me when I was 10 years old. If you could just click that cartoon, like there we go. There's a little cartoon he drew for me when he was 10. But what I wanted to tell you about really helped me become an entrepreneur. Rube said that everybody likes to go from A to B as fast as possible. I mean, that's what we're taught, efficiency. Rube said he likes to go from A to B using all the letters of the alphabet. That's curiosity. So many people think this is life, A to B. I'm going to go, and I don't think that's it. That's definitely not entrepreneurship. This is entrepreneurship. It's a zig and a zag, and it's the failures, and it's the pivots, and all of that. So what I want to talk about and give you a little exercise, so next slide, please, is that A to B is fast and efficient, but it's not the growth mindset that we want in education today. It's also not that effective. So next slide. I want us to learn to think like Rube. So if you ever played the mousetrap game, that's Rube Goldberg. What insights did Rube have for an entrepreneur? He always used to tell me, next slide, that always look at your challenge from a different perspective than it was handed to you. What do I mean by that? Well, let's give you a quiz. How many squares are there? There's your quiz question. I want you to put the answer into the chat box. And Matthew's actually going to put on a little music to move you along. So, how many squares are there? Square has 4 equal sides. So the blue is not a square, it's a rectangle. 17, 18, 21. If you see one right answer, I'm going to challenge you. Is there a second right answer? Hey, Fola from Nigeria. All right. So the right answer that used to be in the 5th grade, the McGraw-Hill 5th grade book when I was a kid, was 16. You didn't learn that there was more until 10th grade. And in 10th grade, you learned that there was 30 because you learned a lesson of factorial. 4 squared plus 3 squared plus 2 squared plus 1 squared. There's 16 small ones, but then there are 9 2x2s and 4 3x3s. Yeah, good. Thanks. You can mark it off for me. So it adds up to 30. And so for, I don't know, 50 years, we've known that, well, the real answer is 30. Until I was teaching in Ghana. So next slide. And I was coming across, using Skype 3 years ago, coming across, they were watching this on a laptop. They saw it on a laptop, and the girl said, Mr. Thompson, what about pixels? All the lines on a computer screen are made of pixels, and pixels are square. And I go, I didn't know that. I thought they were rectangular. And another kid said, no, we just learned it last week. Look it up in Wikipedia. These kids are in 4th grade in Accra, Ghana. Another kid then challenged me and said, do you have 3D on your computer, Mr. Thompson? And I go, I don't know. And he goes, you got a MacBook Air, you got it. I go, and then they said, so Mr. Thompson, how many squares are there now? And I go, I don't know, but I know a mathematician friend at NASA, and I'm gonna send him an email. I sent him the kid's question, and he then calculated out the formula for that. The kids have that formula on their blackboard. To me, that is learning today. So next slide. I think the challenge that we have as adults, we went to school when there was one right answer. The teacher was always right. The answer was in the teacher's edition. I always wanted to find a copy of the teacher's edition in my locker. Thank God I never found it. A teacher threw an eraser at me because I was always looking at the ceiling. Daydreaming wasn't allowed when I went to school. We now call it brainstorming. And you were supposed to keep your odds on your own paper because collaboration was illegal. I think to create the future, Rube would say, look for second right answers, entrepreneur, kidpreneur. Always look at your problem from a different perspective than it's handed to you. Because the kids looked at that box of squares as on a digital platform. We still thought of it as on a book or in a book. The questions are on the ceiling. Maybe the answers aren't on the ceiling, but the questions are. So daydreaming is good. And collaboration is key. Next slide, please. So I want to close my little piece with, okay, I'm 72. I wake up and I'm aching. My eyesight isn't that great. What's my goal in life? that my brain is sharper every day. And I don't mean taking ginkgo biloba or Prevagen. I mean, how can I exercise my brain? So I just made this up. I call it neurobics, but I'm going to give you a 30-day right-left brain makeover. So next slide, final slide. Now, some of you are going to go, no, I can't do this. Good, I made you uncomfortable, because I can tell you, 72 years of being an entrepreneur, I've been uncomfortable almost every day of my life, because it's the uncomfortableness. The fact that I want to make things better, whether it be a better product or a better service, or reduce the pain that I see out there. So 1 week for me, I mouse with my right hand. The next week, I mouse with my left hand. And you're going to go, that's stupid. Why do you do that? I go, because it breaks my pattern. It also gets rid of carpal tunnel, and my shoulders don't hurt so much. But it helps the brain, because the right hand is operated by the left analytical side of the brain. The left hand is operated by the right side of the brain. So using both sides, it's like Karate Kid. Wax on, wax off. You need to do both. Next time you get a magazine or a book to read, look through it backwards before you read it left to right. Your right brain will love it. You ever look through a magazine backwards? That's because your right brain wants a break. Just look through it backwards. See if there's anything in there for you. If you always listen to one music channel or one XM Sirius radio station or watch one TV station, change it up every once in a while. If you get into your car and you've pre-programmed the buttons, spin the dial. You'll probably have a safer ride, and you might learn something new. The next time you go grocery store, they know how you're going to walk through the grocery store. Break it up, start in the middle. You might actually meet new people. You never know what might create. And my favorite one, the one that I challenge everyone that I work with to do, is 1 day a week, wear your watch on your other arm. And you're going to go, why? I mean, it's going to pull hair off of my arm. It doesn't fit on my other arm. People come with all the excuses. The reason why I want you to wear your watch on your other arm is because during that day, you're going to look at your wrong arm to tell the time. And every time you look at your wrong arm, you're going to go, I am an idiot. I can't believe I looked at my wrong arm. So you know what I want you to do? I want you to put a smile on your face and just thank the world for being alive and for the fact that you are a kidpreneur and we are entrepreneurs and we are helping make it a better world every day. So move the watch 1 day a week. Thank you. I pass it back to you, Maddie.
Thank you. All of those kidpreneurs were absolutely amazing. Karate Kids. I never thought of that. I absolutely adored the square exercise. Wow, my answer was extremely different. It's true that right brain, left brain, different perspectives are truly needed. All of our businesses need money to run. And here to help us all understand this a little better is Sabrina Lamb, Chief Executive Officer of worldofmoney.org. Ms. Lamb, can you tell us a little bit about World of Money or why you created this organization?
Oh.
Okay. Maddie, thank you so much. And can we give a round of applause for Maddie? She's doing such a great job. So I'm so honored to be here. And so since this is Kidpreneur Day, I am a kidpreneur. I'm kind of an older kidpreneur, but I just wonder, and I would love to see the responses in the chat. Why is entrepreneurship so important? And I will follow up, Maddie, with answering your question. Why is it so important? You all are just creating brilliant businesses, concept ideas. Why is entrepreneurship so important? And as you're putting your answers in the chat, I would also add that did you know entrepreneurship is one of the few pathways to creating wealth, financial security in your life? I mean, in some countries, there's no other options but creating your own business in order to have income or revenues or make money. So entrepreneurship and everything that's surrounding you in your home, on your body, what you have in your hand, what you're watching now was created. Someone had an idea and said, I'm going to create that product and service that will help or improve the lives of other people. And that's why it's really, really, really important. So I created World of Money. World of Money, you kind of need to know how to manage money in order to successfully operate your own business. It starts with financial education. And so about 15 years ago, I was in attendance to a financial workshop for myself. And I know that you all get ideas. I had this aha moment. And the aha said, Sabrina, what if children could learn what you're learning? And the other aha, Maddie and everyone, said, how different would my life have been if I was taught how to manage money when I was young, when I was a child? And the answer would be totally different, because I would always, be in charge of spending and buy, as opposed to buy, save, invest, create businesses, and philanthropy. And what I've learned through being the founder and executive director of World of Money is that in order to have a proper relationship with money, you must do all of them. Consume, invest, save, entrepreneurship, and philanthropy. And that's why I created the organization, Maddie, because I wanted young people to have all the information that I never had as a child. Because when you know how to properly manage your money and you respect your relationship with money, you have two things in life: options and access when you have your own money.
Well, I have just a few questions that I wanted to ask you. The first question is, why is financial education so important? I see that you touched a little bit on financial education, but why is it so important?
Mm-hmm. Let me give you a reason, because often, three reasons, because often we overlook this very powerful influence in our life, Maddie. Three reasons. Number one, when you have a healthy, respectful relationship with your own money, it decreases or eliminates the emotional anxiety regarding paying bills, reading invoices, or having enough in order so that you can sustain your life. It's been said that and proven through research that those who have, a good respect for money and financial education often achieve higher academic performance. They do well in school. And number three, and actually I think it's one of the most important, is when you have financial education, you're least likely to be a victim of a legal financial scam that's available all over the place. And maybe you're asking, Maddie, well, how can it be legal and it's a financial scam? I'm talking about those companies that are in certain neighborhoods that are predatory. They charge the highest interest. They want you to, to all these get rich quick schemes. They specifically target communities where it's documented that there's zero financial education. So those are the top three, Maddie.
Thank you for that astounding answer. My next question is, are young people, such as myself and my peers, too young to learn how to manage their money?
No, because at World of Money, we start at age 7, okay? Think about when you were 7 years old, Maddie. How old are you now?
I am 14 years old.
You're 14, okay. So when you were much younger, were you did you kind of observe what was happening in terms of watching your parents spend, or going to their wallet, going to the store, having conversations about money? Were you aware of those conversations?
In a sense, yes, I was, but my mother instilled in me the value from an early age that money is important and it's an important commodity. Thus, it's you can spend things every now and then for your own gain, but it's much more important to save your money, learn how to manage it properly.
Absolutely. And you kind of froze, so I didn't hear what your mother instilled. What? Would you repeat that, please?
My mother instilled in me the value of learning how to save my money.
Right. That's right. So, but sometimes to some people, Maddie, saving is difficult. And what I sense that your mother also taught you was the value of your own life, Maddie, right? Because when you're saving money, you're saving yourself. So you have options and access. Now, if you believe that you're demonstrating your power or showing off by I bought this, I bought this, I bought this, as opposed to saying I saved this much and I saved this much so that I can have options and access, wouldn't that have a different influence in your life, Maddie?
It would indeed.
Not how much you saved, not how much you spent rather, but how much you saved. Wouldn't that have a different impact?
It would have a different impact. Can you repeat the question, make sure I can restate it for you?
Yeah, sure. So the question is, wouldn't it have a different impact, more powerful impact, if you said, wow, I saved this much, as opposed to, wow, I spent this much? Which is better? Which is a better experience?
It's a better experience to save money because, let's say that I was looking forward to a new video game coming out, and I say, oh, I spent $30 on this new watch, but I really want to get this game for Christmas. I'll just ask my mom. Instead of buying this new watch, which I essentially don't need, I can save my money and get the game that I truly want. Instead of having to wait for Christmas, I feel better knowing that it came from me. I worked hard and I was able to save it for myself.
And thank you, that's brilliant. In addition to, wouldn't it be more fun if you owned a stock in that company? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a different experience, because when you purchase something, 90% of items that you purchase have zero resale value. So really what you purchase is a liability. I have a huge closet, Maddie, of liabilities. They have zero, after I bought them, have zero value, okay? I am more intentional now about having assets, things that increase value over time, whether that's real estate or a mutual fund, as opposed to having a closet full of liabilities that have zero financial value.
Yes, I actually have stock as well. My mother has definitely set me on the right path to a financial stable future.
Love your mother.
My next question after that incredible answer was, this is a little informal, but isn't learning about money just being greedy?
Why don't you answer that, Maddie?
Sorry, me personally, I do not feel that learning about money is greedy. In fact, learning about money is actually very, very helpful. And when I grow up, I would like to become a veterinarian, and I want to own my own veterinarian clinic. So as an entrepreneur, I'm going to need to learn how to function, how to save my money, and how to place my money in places that I know it will benefit me, not just in the present, but in the future as well. So to answer that question, learning about money is not being greedy in the sense of its negative terminology, but it's being greedy and knowing that you're helping to secure yourself a financial stable future. And that's not being greedy, that's being smart.
Love it. Love it. And I'll add to that, Maddie. You know, sometimes you'll hear people say, well, you're always focusing on money or something. How are you supposed to sustain yourself without money? And you need money to, you know, pay your bills, to acquire assets, to own your own business, to make choices. You have to have money. Now, if your mindset is just greed, you know, it's just gimme, 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 as opposed to using a portion of your money, we're getting ready to show a video, a portion of your money to give. Philanthropy is so important because nothing can ever enter a closed fist, right? So when you give in certain religions such as Christianity, it's tithe. You give a portion of whatever comes to you, then you reap what you sow. And so there's so many concepts that are really important to know regarding money, but one of them is pay yourself first. Let's see that video.
The great thing about saving your money is that you get to pay yourself first. Pay yourself first is an investor mentality. It means that you automatically, electronically send a certain amount of money to your savings account when you receive each of your paychecks. You pay yourself first before you begin paying your monthly living expenses and buying other things. Okay, you've started saving your money. Congratulations! Now you or your parents want you to deposit those dollars and cents into a savings account at a bank. When you give your money to a bank, it's called a deposit. This is the magic of paying yourself first. It's amazing how quickly money adds up. When you pay yourself first, meaning you decide to save, for example, $50 per month, you won't have as much money left over to waste spending on things that have zero financial value. And after 12 months, you will have saved $600 plus interest. The research shows that most Americans have zero money saved, either for retirement or for near-term emergencies. By paying yourself first, you can make sure the life you have is free from debt and stress and full of hope for the future. Paying ourselves first means the difference between a life of struggle and the life of our dreams. Remember the World of Money motto: learn, earn, save, invest, and donate. I'm Lauren. See ya.
So Lauren is one of World of Money students. She's attended World of Money ever since she was 7 years old. And again, just referring back to that video, pay yourself first. Sometimes when we, attract money, or maybe our grandparents give us something, or we earn revenues from our business, or wherever it comes from, sometimes that impulse is that we must go and spend it all. Pay yourself first means before you pay the bill or, invest or what have you, take a portion of that money to save. And once you save over time, just imagine just how much financial security you will have. So pay yourself first. All the students here that are on this call, no matter if you say, well, I don't have it, just a little bit, and just start to put that away, and you'll see what a nest egg you will have over time. If you determine now, for example, to save $1 a day, or in Ghana, just a little save something, set a goal. So in 365 days, you'll see the results and how that money will benefit your life.
Thank you for your absolutely incredible information and absolutely helpful tidbits. This is absolutely incredible. I know that I can keep these ideas for me when I finally get my dream business, World Needs Books, off the ground. I know I can rely on other kidpreneurs and adults like yourself as I get my business moving to the next level. And here to tell us about some free resources to help us all move our businesses to the next level is Matthew Podel from the Young Entrepreneur Institute.
Thank you, Maddie, and thank you, Sabrina, for all of that. I think that was helpful for me as well to remember to save and not spend all of my money. So always a good reminder. Anyways, I'm Matthew and I'm an entrepreneur. At Young Entrepreneur Institute, we believe that every child should understand and experience entrepreneurship. We help teachers and students on their entrepreneurial journey, even if they don't end up becoming an entrepreneur. The entrepreneurial mindset is made up of skills and is a way of thinking that can benefit anyone. To help you gain these skills, we have curated free and open source materials. These resources can help you take your existing business idea to the next level, regardless of where you are on the path to a true business. Thinking like an entrepreneur will be easier with these tools. All the resources I'm about to share can be found on our website, youngentrepreneurinstitute.org, or you can email yei@us.edu for more information. For example, we have resources like games. In fact, today, we are going to give away 10 copies of the WagiLabs new game, Ideas for Good. We will contact you if you are a winner. In addition to games, we have opportunities such as camps, including ones from Bake Me a Leader, Biz Innovator, Learning About Business, and many more. STEM or invention challenges, such as the one from Ohio STEM Learning Network, or the Invention Connection Worldwide from the Henry Ford. Also, of course, we have our pitch challenges, like the Ohio After School Networks Challenge, our national pitch challenges, and it goes without saying, our pitch competition, which is currently going on in Northeast Ohio. Perhaps some of you will be in our winners video next year. You can find all of this information and so much more on our website at www.youngentrepreneurinstitute.org. Our resources page has lots of great, valuable information, such as tools for distance learning, tools about our Inspire conference for educators, and so much more. Our resource directory is full of great options for students and educators and is searchable based on what grade you are, what activity you're looking for, and other fields. Thank you so much, Maddie. I'm going to turn it back to you.
Thank you. If you are an educator, can you please type the number of students you have watching? We would love to know who's watching the YEI Kidpreneur Day. Let's see if we have any comments and/or questions in the chat box.
Hi, everyone. I'm Robin Eisen, and I work at the Young Entrepreneur Institute, and I would just want everyone to give a big thank you to Madison for being our MC today. If you could show her some love, give her some thumbs up or some claps or some snaps or some fancy fingers. Madison, you did an amazing job hosting our first Kidpreneur Day, and we are very grateful for you to step in and show such wonderful organization and poise and speaking ability and true entrepreneurial presentation skills. You did a fabulous, great job. We do have some other kidpreneurs in our audience, and I would love to be able to introduce those too. So if you are a kidpreneur and you're in our audience, let us know by either raising your virtual hand or raising your real hand, and we can give you a chance also to introduce yourself and let us know about your business. I know we have some of you guys out there. I hope you can be like Madison and be brave and just share your screen for 2 seconds and let us know who you are. Do we have any people, any kidpreneurs out there who are willing to share? I'm not going to call you out, but I would love to be able to give you a little screen time. I don't see
we'll
any.
Introduce ourselves.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Come, where's the phone? Okay.
Jax, we'll get to you after.
Come on. Amani, come here. We'll use my son's phone because my phone is blurry.
Okay. Who do we have here?
Joshua.
Okay, come. It's all three of us. So my name is Zainabu Sisse Harold. This is my daughter Amani. That's my son Ahmad. Hold on. I was introduced to worldofmoney.org a couple years ago from Mary Lawson, who is, I'm a nurse, but I'm also an independent business owner. And my kids, what I'm learning from what I didn't learn as a child, and I learned growing up and as a young adult now, investing and, learning about mutual funds. I created my own business at age 26, my own nurses association, but I do other things. I sell products. I do a lot of things. So I'm teaching my kids now to be young entrepreneurs because I got my first job at 14 years old. My son, Ahmad, he's 14 years old in high school. He's a ninth grader. My daughter, Amani, she is 12 years old and she's an eighth grader. And so now they have an online business that I help them create. We're in the process of the LLC. I'm trying to find either a supplier overseas, either we're debating between drop shipping or getting the supplies and we ship ourselves because I encouraged their sister-in-law to do it, and she's now doing it now, has her own online business, and she's 13 years old. And so Ahmad, he's an athlete, so he'll be working with sports apparel, like gear and stuff, because he plays hockey and football and stuff. And a lot of the kids, he's one of their star players, so he will have like the buy-in because a lot of people know him from the teams. And my daughter, she's the girls and the hair products and natural hair. So she wants to do like accessories for hair.
I love that you're teaching them both to be really good stewards of their money, as well as following their passion with hockey and sports or hair. I think that's a really good lesson. So kudos to you and good luck to you too as our kidpreneurs, our first kidpreneurs today. We really appreciate you taking the time to share with us. Jax, I said that you were going to be next. So why don't we go ahead and I'm going to unmute you, Jax, and see if you can tell us who you are and what it is you do as your kidpreneur. You there, Jax? Did you leave us, Jax, before you had a chance? I know I saw your hand was raised. Okay, well, let's move on. I know I saw another hand raised in the audience. Oh, maybe that was just Jax. Okay, I don't see any other virtual hands raised, but I do know we have some other kidpreneurs out there. Does anybody want to unmute themselves and introduce yourself and let us know what your business is?
Hi, my name is Olivia Benedum, and I have been a kidpreneur for about 2 years now, going on 3 years. And my first business was dog treats.
Oh, can everyone but Olivia please mute themselves? Sorry.
So my first business was selling dog treats, toys, and bandanas. And so I did that at the Avon Lake Children's Business Fair, which my mom hosted. And so after that, I also went to the Young Entrepreneur Institution too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You present.
Yeah, last December. And I sold out treats immediately and presented in front of 800 people. And last year, I also created the business, last year, sorry. I also did face painting, so sugar skull face painting, which is, so if anyone has seen the Disney movie Coco, yeah, that's what I do. I do the sugar skull face painting, and so I did that at the Children's Business Fair again, and then I also had several parties after that, and so I have a pretty big clientele for both businesses, and yeah.
Do you have time to do your studies, your homework?
I do. I had to take a bit of a break from my businesses last year to do school, but this year I'm incorporating it more, and I'm also going to be working with a real estate company and learning how to do rent comps and stuff like that with that.
Wow, that's so exciting. Such wonderful very unique, interesting ideas. But I do think it's a very important lesson for everyone, just to make sure that you have the balance there, especially our kidpreneurs who are still in school. You have to balance your schoolwork with your side hustle. Amazing job. Thank you so much for sharing. We have about 1 more minute if anybody else wants to share. I don't want to even, sorry, Ori, let's see. I asked you to unmute. Aralua, are you there?
Yes, my name is Orlua and I'm a young entrepreneur.
Hi, nice to meet you. What kind of business do you have?
Well, I'm just starting my own business. I'm starting my own business, so I'm not really yet,
You're starting your own business? You're at the beginning phase of starting your business?
Yes.
Yeah, well, great. Well, I hope today's program helped you maybe learn a thing or two to start you on your entrepreneurial journey. We appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, I really learned a lot. Thanks.
Great. All right, how about you, Ivan?
Well, I would like to start my t-shirt business because for facial expressions, because I think when some of the facial expressions is funny to me, and this is one of them. One of them I created. I did that's one of them, and the reason why, yes, because I like it, but I'm just developing my business right now.
Excellent. So is your idea to take your drawings and put them on t-shirts and sell the t-shirts?
Yes.
Well, we have an opportunity for you. Once you get those t-shirts, you need to speak with Jessica Drager and come sell them at some of our markets if you're here in Northeast Ohio. Are you from Northeast Ohio?
Huh?
Do you live in Northeast Ohio?
No, I live in Michigan.
In Michigan. Well, we still can provide you with some really great resources to take you from the entrepreneurial path from your idea here to actually get your t-shirts ready. So we hope to be able to see you in some of
Thank
our
you.
programs.
Thank you.
Okay, we have Joshua Gary, I'm sorry. He has his hand raised too. Joshua?
I learned about this program from Miss Terry Stark, and I am an author, illustrator, and an artist.
Wow. Excellent. And where are you joining us from?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Excellent. Really great. We love seeing so many students. I understand as Fola has said, or I guess that is the shortened version of Oroluwa, was joining us from Nigeria. And then we had someone joining us from Michigan, and now we have Cleveland. So we're really hopping all over the place here. I love it. Did I miss any other students who wanted to take a big jump and talk? Jax, are you there? Did you come back, perhaps? Well, I don't want to hold, I don't want to end if there are students, but I also don't want to keep everyone much past our hour. We're just at 6 o'clock, which is exactly an hour. So we really appreciate you all joining. We are happy to stay on and answer any questions. Any of our speakers, you can ask anything. You can ask Chic or Sabrina or Maddie or anyone from the YEI group some questions. If not, we really appreciate you joining us for our first annual Kidpreneur Day. And Madison, we are very grateful for you for emceeing this. It was really a great job. Before we leave, if we all can give all of our greatpreneurs some really good love, show them how you appreciate and encourage them to continue on their entrepreneurial journey. Let's give some fancy fingers, some snaps, some thumbs up, some reactions in the chat box. any way to really show that we appreciate the hard work that you students are all doing in starting or continuing on your entrepreneurial journey. We do have one more video to show as we're leaving, but if you do have questions for any of our speakers, stay on after the video is over and we will all be here to answer your questions. This video is a parody video that was made up from some of the students that Sabrina has at World of Money. Thank you all for joining us today.
Roll the money, here we go. Money game, posse, and we're so bossy. Keep our pockets saucy. Roll the money taught me, life of a mogul. Keep our money global. And we so bossy, and we so. We're in the process building wealth tools. Earning interest on interest, rule of 72. Earn it up, account code frosty. And we so bossy, pocket so saucy. Roll the money taught me, fight go. My credit class, bank account is full, never had an overdraft. Got a debit card and I got my own cash. I don't need no loan cause I make my money laugh. Could buy the Gucci, but frugal is a newbie. Healthy savings like a smoothie, we ain't stopping, need to cool it. Don't get stuck making excuses. Roll the money, got the blueprint winning. Never losing, wealthy life is what we choosing. Buying assets while I'm stacking down my chips. Insurance purchase just to mitigate my risk. Keep our pockets saucy. Roll the money saucy. Life of a mogul. Keep our money global. Ain't we so bossy? Ain't we so? We're in the process building wealth tools. Earning interest on interest, rule of 72. Earn it up, account code frosty. And we so bossy. Pocket so saucy. Roll the money saucy. Fight go. Learn that in my credit class. Account is full, never had an overdraft. Got a debit card and I got my own cash. I don't need no loan cause I make my money last. Could buy the Gucci, but frugal is a newbie. Healthy savings like a smoothie. We ain't stopping, need to cool it. Don't get stuck making excuses. Roll the money, got the blueprint winning. Never losing, wealthy life is what we choosing. I'm a game changer, I'm a risk taker. Gold state major, first class rule breaker. I say mad paper, stay in good shape. Stacking Benjamins, tallest skyscrapers. If you ain't got no dough, then you can't grow. We talking about reaping where you sow. Can't mess up my future, I ain't sorry. Already got a 401k started. Money game, bossy, and we're so bossy. Keep our pockets saucy. Roll the money taught me, life of a mogul. Keep our money global. Ain't we so bossy? Ain't we so? We're in the process building wealth tools. Earning interest on interest, rule of 72. Earn it up, account code frosty. And we so bossy, pocket so